Okay, good morning and welcome to the webinar. Today is a homegrown webinar from Cornerstone, and we're going to discuss the 2021 Open Enrollment preparation. And just a few housekeeping rules, as you well know. If you have a question, put it in the chat box to the right, and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. I'll try to field some of the questions during, if I have a moment, but I will certainly go over everything at the conclusion. Here's my information. Take a moment, jot down my phone number, my email address. I'm the lead account advisor at Cornerstone. And Eric County Jr., who's also on the line, serves in the same role. Say hello, Eric.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning, Eric. And there's his phone number, email address. Sandy Weber is our licensing guru, and we've got close to a dozen carriers to offer you in the individual realm. Give her a call, and we can get you set up for the individual products. What's more, she does group and some senior. So she is the chief cook and bottle washer for the licensing department. Joyce Fine Hours and Commissions, and she can help you with your commission statements. And there I am again, help you with not only quoting processes, but customer service, claims, all the above. Cornerstone's incentive program will be back in 2021 with all new prizes. Qualifiers have a chance to win up to $5,000 and a travel voucher for a weekend getaway to a destination of your choice. Brokers qualify by earning points for new to Cornerstone group and individual medical and ancillary sales. A minimum of 2,000 points to be eligible for a cash reward and a chance to win the bonus weekend getaway. The top 20 qualifiers earn cash, and brokers must register online in order to participate. There is the address, and the period is from January 1st, 2020 through December 31st of 2020. Okay, we'll get started here. Open Enrollment 2021 kicks off November 1st and ends December 15th. Believe it or not, this will be the 8th Open Enrollment that we've gone through. So 8 of them, can you believe it? And, you know, a lot of folks didn't think the ACA was going to survive 8 years, but it's here to stay. I think, you know, there's some good things and bad things, but clearly, you know, the impulse from the nation, the general feeling is it's here to stay, and without a real significant substitute, we can expect to see it around for the next several years. Certainly it will be in effect for 2021. So, having said that, it all starts with the FFM certification. And what we're talking about there is portal.cms.gov. And I can try to go out there through this link. I think it'll work. And just give you a sneak peek of what it looks like. This works. A brand new computer. Hey, it worked. So, folks, this is what cms.gov looks like. This is where everybody must register, whether you're new or returning. And unfortunately, the registration for 2020 just went dark. So the chance to register ended yesterday. If you're still doing your coursework for 2020, you have until the 17th to complete it. So that just went dark, and that's for very good reason, because they have to shut it down, make the changes, and launch the certification for 2021. This is where you'll go, okay? If you're brand new, there is a place at the bottom to do new user registration. And I've done a lot of trainings with folks on these and help folks navigate this. It's a government system, bear in mind, so it's very clunky. It's, multiple data feeds, multiple resources. They're looking at Social Security, they're looking at Medicare, they're looking at Homeland Security Office, they're looking at the IRS, even the Department of Labor. So they have multiple agencies they need to tap into, and as a result, it's a little cumbersome for folks. But getting back to that screen, the password needs to be reset every 90 days. I get that a lot. Like, why can't I get in there? Well, you have to reset your password. Another important thing to remember, it doesn't work very well on Internet Explorer or Safari. So what the feds recommend is you use Mozilla or you use Chrome. Those are the two search engines they want you to use. Okay. It's kind of nerdy. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. And once you're completed, you will go out and verify that your NPN appears out here. And this is great. This is the FFM tracker. And for kicks and giggles, let's put in my stuff. And you'll see what I hope to see out here. And that's my 2020 stuff all check marked. Okay. So this is the gold standard. This is what we want to see. This is telling you that you are ready to go. Okay, you see the big exclamation mark for shop. Okay, that's small business. That's not my market. So I elected not to do the shop. But if you got questions about shop, just give me a call and I can tell you more about it. But it's more of a group product. Okay, let's go back to the screen and let's see if anybody's got any questions at this stage of the game. Okay, we'll move on. And the next item of business is APTC. What the heck is APTC? Is that a golf tournament or something? Or what is that? We used to have a tennis tournament in Cincinnati called the ATP, which is outstanding, and it used to kick off in mid-August, but probably was delayed because of COVID. But APTC, however, stands for Advanced Premium Tax Credit. Advanced Premium Tax Credit. And what that means is subsidy. Okay? So folks get a subsidy with Obamacare, ACA, FFM, whatever you want to call it. And it's all dependent on the federal poverty level. And here is another really important resource. This is the FPL chart. This determines whether or not the clients are going to get a subsidy or not. And I, for illustration purposes, I just focus on the one-person household. You're prospecting, one-person households. And, the person is above 49. In fact, I want to say more like 50. It's, kind of a gray area. Certain communities have a little higher FPL. But if it's above 50, they're not going to get a subsidy. As a result, you don't necessarily have to sell them something on the exchange. You can sell them an off-exchange major med product. And, there's two carriers that we sell that offer off-exchange, namely Anthem and Oscar. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but, what that means is you don't need to go through the whole FFM rigmarole to sell an insurance product to somebody, particularly if it's just a one-off situation, you just want to take care of it. And there is a method for you to sell an off-exchange product, and you still get commission on it and everything. So, and it's perfectly satisfies the MEC. It's just like an ACA plan, has the 10 essential health benefits, but it's called the off exchange channel. Sometimes they call it private exchange. But and then the other thing I wanted to point out is these federal poverty levels, and then at 200%, okay, 200% is kind of a target audience, 200% and below. The reason being is folks who apply with an FPL of 200% or below, they'll look at bronze plans for $0. Okay, so what's more, they'll get some silver plans that are dirt cheap, and the silver plans will enhance the benefits, and their deductibles and their co-insurances are lower. As a result, they have a silver plan that acts more like a gold plan or even a platinum plan. The 200% and below FTLs are a good target audience because the premium is not so much an issue in selling. And as you can well imagine, if somebody's getting the product for $0, it's just a no-brainer. You just enroll them. And if you can line these up in advance, you can just roll through 5, 10 enrollments in a day, and think about the commission involved with that. So that is another good strategy. So use the FPL chart. Okay. Another really good marketing strategy, and again, this is free, is Help on Demand. Help on Demand is a real-time consumer assistance referral system operated by Big Wave Systems. And it connects consumers seeking assistance with the marketplace registered state licensed agents. That's you and me. And brokers in the area who can provide immediate assistance with marketplace plans and enrollments. Only agents and brokers who completed marketplace training and registration are eligible to participate in Help on Demand. Agents and brokers can access more information regarding Help on Demand by following the link on that screen. And again, everybody will get a copy of this presentation, and let's see what this pops up. Okay. All right, I got to spit out. That's not good. So I won't go there. Who knows what kind of problem that would. But again, this is, you would dump this into a search engine, and it'll show the registration for this. Essentially what happens is folks out on healthcare.gov, which is an unwieldy, kind of intimidating enrollment platform for consumers on grant, they'll run into trouble, and there is a button there for them to seek help through an agent. And they click on that, they put in information, and magically a lead is sent out to agents within a 15-mile radius of that client. It's almost like a jump ball, okay, is the way I look at it. So a lead is instantaneously sent to agents within that client's area, and the agents have 15 minutes to respond via email or text, and they will then be able to talk to that client. It's been very fruitful, very helpful for a lot of agents. You know, in some cases, these folks are just asking for information. In other cases, they're enrolling in the ACA plan. And in many cases, you know what? They're looking for Medicare. You know, they're lost and they're doing Medicare. So it's just a great resource to engage with the public, and it's free. You know, how many leads are free? Not many. And which also leads me to another free service, and this is called Health Sherpa. It's an innovative healthcare technology and the country's largest ACA enrollment platform. Let me repeat that. It is the country's largest ACA enrollment platform. They're in the they're in the Bay Area, and they have a team of 50 to 100 folks. They are terrific about returning calls. They are spot on with everything, and they are leading edge. And in my humble opinion, they will be the future of healthcare.gov. I suspect that healthcare.gov will be shut down in a year or two and be privatized, and these folks at Health Sherpa are positioned to take that over. So let's get into a little bit of that. So let's look at the benefits. Unlike other health insurance platforms, there's no redirect to healthcare.gov. So folks who use other platforms, Norvac, Quoted, Cloud, etc., those were the platforms used early on, and they had what's called double redirect. So you entered information on their site, and then you pressed a button, and you hoped and prayed, and you're handed off to healthcare.gov, and had to start the process all over again. You had to re-enter the information, okay, which was cumbersome and clunky. Health Sherpa has sort of consolidated that in what they call enhanced direct enrollment. So it's direct enrollment. You're just on one site, okay, and in addition to that, there's no waiting room. So folks during OEP, particularly early on in OEP, you sometimes end up in a waiting room if you're on healthcare.gov, and nothing is more frustrating than that. It's like being at the dentist's office. But Health Sherpa avoids that. There's no more waiting rooms with that. Again, they have terrific engineers, software programmers, so it's very automated, it's very intuitive, and we'll go through this in a second. I'll give you a quick dry run on Health Sherpa. You can shop and enroll from one all-inclusive site, okay? There is even a way to go out there and add a dental plan. I'm not thrilled about their dental plans, but there's an option to add that. There's drug and provider search, okay? They do a great job keeping this updated, and there's also a link to the carrier drug and provider search. The great part about it is you can upload the documents for your clients there. So often the feds will ask for citizenship documents. If it's an SCP, they're going to ask for qualifying event documents, and obviously they're going to ask for income documents. Year-round technology support. They're in the Bay Area, yet they get up very early, so you can call at 8 o'clock and talk to tech support. By the same token, you can call them at 8 in the evening and get tech support. So they're fantastic. They help you track the client activity and why that's important. So let's say you enroll somebody and you go back to the carrier. The carrier is still going to be paying you commission. Nothing's changed there. But let's say you go back to the carrier and for whatever reason your name is not attached to the policy. We can work with Health Sherpa and find out where in the process maybe the NPN was dropped and try to get you reattached. So it's just a great service. Reporting and analytics. So very nerdy stuff. You can get into, tracking aspects of your clients and much, much more. Okay. Here's the great part about it. Free. Seriously, it's free. So call Eric, he'll get you started. He's got a form he'll send you. It's just a quick, easy form, and you'll add your carriers, your information. The really important thing I failed to mention is you can brand it. You can put your agency brand on the Health Sherpa site, and it will be yours, and you can drive your clients to that site, and it'll look like your version of Health Sherpa. And in addition to that, you can create a link on Health Sherpa that you can embed on emails or, for that matter, Facebook, social media, or website. And when your clients stumble across that link, it'll take them to your personalized Health Sherpa site where they can enroll. Guess what? You didn't do a thing and you got commission. So that's fantastic. Let's take a look at Health Sherpa real quick. I'm going to try through the magic of technology. Hopefully I don't crash the system. Hey, we're out on Health Sherpa. So somebody give me a zip code. Eric, do you have a zip code you can give me?
Just use our Cincinnati one, 45206.
45206. That's the Queen City. And let's take a look on Health Sherpa. So this is Health Sherpa. This is a generic site. We're going to brand you with your own Health Sherpa site. Okay, so we're not going to apply here because if I also apply, I won't get commission. But you want your brand right here. Okay, and we can show you how to do that. So just do a mail on tobacco. Okay, I'm going to skip all that. And then it's going to ask you for your household income because that's the most important factor here. And let's, for kicks and giggles, just put somebody in that doesn't need a subsidy. Okay, just to scroll through this. And again, Health Sherpa is very comprehensive. They're going to include any and all information, any and all help that is available to clients. So right now, we've got the federal pandemic unemployment situation, and that would factor into the income. Okay, so stuff that I don't, always have on the tip of my tongue, but they do. Okay, they're going to leave no stone uncovered. Okay, and so I'm going to click no to that, and let's just put in this really high. Okay, just to avoid the subsidy. Okay, and again, they're very comprehensive. They're going to look at all the information. Again, they're the future of healthcare.gov in my view. So they're going to be very comprehensive. They're going to leave all options included. Well, I didn't want that. I hit something wrong. Sorry, guys. Let me go back. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. User error, folks. User error. Eric's laughing in the background because he knows how I work with computers. Okay. Okay. This is the result that I was looking for. Your income's too high for savings. Continue. Again, we're in the special enrollment period right now. Okay, so 10 months out of the year, we're in special enrollment. Okay, as you're well aware, you have to have a qualifying event, loss of coverage, change in household size, change in primary living, change in eligibility enrollment. I did a separate webinar on this topic. I have a bunch of materials on SEP. I kind of think of myself as an expert on SEP, close to it at least. If you've got questions about SEP, give me a call and we can go over that. So loss of coverage, so a person lost their job, I presume. And then they've got some algorithms and some different questions here that try to funnel you into a certain plan, etc. I just use the default. Okay, I want to get to the premiums. Here's where you can look up a doctor. I'll skip that. Here's where I can look up drugs. I'll skip that. I just want to see my plans. Okay, get that, and Here we are. Okay. And, they're kind of directing you to a certain area. That's no different than the internet. That's no different than anything. But, little the tricks and trades. Click on all plans. Okay. They have a little chat box down here. Okay. But finally, we're at the premiums. Okay. And this is where I filter. Okay. According to metal. Here's where you can look at specific carriers. Okay. But let's assume I picked this Ambetter plan. And it's going to let me enroll. I think it's a brand new computer, so there might be a couple of issues. Again, very thorough, very comprehensive, very legal. Okay. Okay, as we're well aware. And this is a great way to train for the ACA too. Okay, without having to go through all the registration stuff on healthcare.gov. This gives you the nuts and bolts of the ACA just as a consumer. Okay, you gotta click these. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I forgot to click that box. Okay, finally, it's gonna let me continue. And we're off and running. In about 5 minutes, you'll be done with the application. Okay, the client will be out there looking at the billing, and by all means, we recommend one of two things: you pay online if you can, or even pay direct to the carrier over the phone. Don't wait for a mail invoice because A, they get lost in the mail quite a bit. Secondly, they can take 2 weeks, and that will slow the client's effectuation. Okay, so I think everybody gets the gist of Health Sherpa. Moving right along, and I'll keep this fast paced, and we'll get out of here. So give Eric a call. This is only for ACA products. You're not going to find short-term out here. You're not going to find the mini-med plans or anything else. It's just ACA, okay? And it's just on exchange, okay? I mentioned earlier, off exchange is a good option. There, you need to go to the carrier website, and Anthem has a good carrier website. Call me, and I can walk you through it. Okay, let's get to the money, the good part. ACA carrier commissions and market footprints. Okay, this is current data. This is for 2020. I don't have the 2021 available. We will have that available in early September. Okay, so we'll have a good idea of what's what in September, but I do have some knowledge of what Ohio is going to be like in 2021, and like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, pretty much the same as last year. So we'll kick off with Ambetter. Their 2020 comp is $20 per member per month. Okay, so you write a family of 5, you get $100 per month. Okay, not too shabby. Nice thing about Ambetter, as is the case with Molina and Oscar, they also give commission to plans sold during SCP, this 10-month period we're in. So you can sell Ambetter, Molina, Oscar year-round and get full commission. Ambetter is very highly focused on Western Ohio and Northeast Ohio, and that is not an illusion. Miami County is a tough county. It is not in the Ambetter network. It's not in most networks. In fact, I don't know that I have any products that are in Miami County. Sorry for the folks in Troy, but we are lobbying hard to get Miami County in the fold, get them some coverage. I think there might be a carrier out there, maybe MedMutual, who I don't offer. I think they might have Miami County. But Ambetter's strengths are they enable you to access hospitals not only in Ohio, but you can access the Ambetter provider network out of state. No other carrier has that. So Ambetter's in, oh goodness, I don't know, 40 states or something like that. The ones I care about the most are, the ones around us. So Indiana, they're in Indiana. I believe they're in Michigan. They're not in Kentucky, but they are in Florida. So getting back to, let's say you have a client in Indiana or a client from Ohio that wants to see providers in Indiana, yeah, they can access the Ambetter provider network in Indiana over here, Hoosier State. So that's Ambetter, and I expect them to add, I don't want to say the rest of the state, but they're going to have significant expansion in 2021. So we're excited about them. They have got their foot on the gas, and they're going to be entering some new markets. So keep an eye out for Ambetter in September. We'll have more on them too. Okay. Let's see if we got any questions so far. I'm trying to knock out some of these questions. Okay. Please enter your questions. If you have anything that I've missed, anything you want to input, this is a collaborative effort. So by all means, if you've got any information you want to share, please let me know. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This would be Anthem. 2020 comp, Anthem is paying $16 per policy per month. You heard me right, per policy. So you can have a family of 5. They're only going to pay on the policy, so $16 no matter how many folks are on the policy. Unlike the others, they don't pay commission during SCP. They do have a bonus if you sell during the SCP. If you sell more than 10 policies, then you start getting some bonus dollars, roughly, $50 to $100 per plan. But I have more information on that, and I can share that with you, and we have published it several times in our Monday Minutes, etc. That's Anthem. They are not in many urban areas. So they're in Cincinnati. Beyond that, they're not in really any significant urban areas in Ohio. So we anticipate that to change, though, in 2021. They tell me they're going to be in 76 counties. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, come late August, early September, we'll have all the data on that. Bluegrass state. Okay? Let's not forget about the Bluegrass state. Anthem is one of the big players in Kentucky. And like Ohio, they only pay during OEP. They have a different structure. They pay $140 per member per year. Okay, so they're paying on per member, and they pay on an annualized basis, so you get commission all in one lump sum. So, and I don't think there's any restrictions on how many months they got to be in. I think that at a minimum they have to be 9 or 10 months. I can share that with you later, but again, they are restricted to certain areas. They're in blue here, so they're going to be focused on Northern Kentucky and Southwest Ohio. I'm sorry, Southwest Kentucky. And in the green areas, or what I call green, Eric knows that I'm colorblind, so I'm going to call that green. And In the green areas, they have a restricted network, so it's not as full-blown as the blue networks. I will say this, as is the case with every ACA carrier, these are HMOs. So that's Kentucky. Oscar is one of our featured carriers. They are different. Let's just put it that way. They have a lot of investors. In fact, one of the majority investors is Alphabet, also known as Google. So they have lots and lots of money. But they have a different market strategy. They're going to enter in metro areas where they have a significant competitive advantage. And what I mean by that is Cleveland, they partnered with just one hospital. That happens to be one of the finest hospitals in the country, the Cleveland Clinic. And so they have an exclusive partnership with Cleveland Clinic. And if you want to go to the Cleveland Clinic for an individual plan, you have to go through Oscar. They're in Columbus, and they have the Mount Carmel network in Columbus, and they also have the Nationwide Children's Hospital there. Great thing about Oscar, as I mentioned earlier, they have off-exchange channel and they have on-exchange channel. They pay $18 per member per month. They sell during FTP, and we anticipate them to pretty much stand pat for 2021. We'll have more details about commission and their market footprint, but I don't anticipate any more big metro areas. So kind of a bummer for us, but down here in Cincinnati, but we'll forge ahead. And okay. Molina is a big player in the ACA market. They, like Ambetter, are the majority carriers for the country. They're the biggest carriers for the country. They have a large nationwide footprint. They started in California. Like Ambetter, they build their ACA product on their Medicaid contracts. So Medicaid is obviously available in all 50 states, and most hospitals want Medicaid. And these carriers go back in and say, hey, based on the Medicaid contract, we want to offer an ACA contract. And that means that they have extensive footprints. And let's talk about Molina for a second. Their strong suit is there in all the metro areas in Ohio. Okay. There again, that was Miami County, which is a pretty significant county. They're not in Miami County. Down here in Southwest Ohio, they have the Mercy System plus UC. And they have Ohio State and Central Ohio, which is a big selling point up there. That's the James Center for Cancer. They pay $15 per member per month. And okay. All right, let's kind of expand some of these questions. Okay. All right, I got it. All right. By all means, if you have any questions, put them in the chat box. I'm going to get to them in a second. And lastly, I want to talk about the ACA Alternatives. By no means is Obamacare the exclusive remedy for your client's healthcare needs. We found that short-term works really well. Okay. First and foremost, there's no dollar penalty for not having ACA. Okay. In theory, you're required to have ACA, or for that matter, something with minimum essential coverage like a group plan. But as we know, that penalty was zeroed out. So no dollar penalty for not having an ACA plan. So Alternatives makes sense in many cases. And what I'm talking about are short-term plans. And short-term is in name only. These are 12-month plans, and three carriers that we offer are IHC, Golden Rule, and National General. And let's go over some of the strong suits of each. IHC is a partnership with Anthem. They're kind of the new kid on the block. They have very good pricing. That's one aspect, one attribute. They're a little more lenient on underwriting than others. What I'll say though is they don't use a traditional network. Rather, reimbursement is done on reference-based pricing. So that model, and so I can share more information about IHC. Please give me a call and I can help you out with that. Golden Rule is sort of our bell cow for short-term. That's UHC, so United Health One, the largest insurance carrier in the country, and they have a very solid network. They're going to use the Choice Plus network from UHC. They're in all counties, as is the case with all the other short-term plans. In fact, they're in all states, and the downside maybe is they're very conservative with underwriting. What's more, they have probably too many plans. They have 140 plans. So you have to filter out a lot of the plans. In many cases, they have plans with like $12,000, $20,000 deductibles, which really we don't really sell. Lastly is National General. What is National General? Well, it's the latest iteration of John Alden, or Time, or recently Assurant. So don't let the name throw you. It's a solid product. They use the Aetna network, okay? So a very solid network like like Golden Rule. All three have very solid enrollment platforms. So very solid software, very solid consumer experiences with their software. I won't go out there right now. I can share you a walkthrough on Golden Rule or National General, and you'll find that it's super easy. As many of the folks on the call can attest, it only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to enroll somebody. They do have underwriting questions, so if they, experienced a critical illness in the recent past, maybe 5 years, heart attack, stroke, cancer, they're probably not going to be eligible. And let me grab a drink of water real quick. And I will say that they also exclude pre-existing conditions. Sorry about that, I'm back. And the other alternative is the Health Share. Health Share Ministries have been around for decades, actually. Health Share Ministries are programs developed by churches over the years that help their congregation with medical needs. So it's not insurance. It's really important to stress that. It's not to be identified as insurance, labeled as insurance, but it is something that helps meet the needs of your insurance customers. Premiums can be substantially lower than Obamacare plans. We've looked at several of these programs over the years, and certainly you have seen many ads for them on TV, on the internet, etc. We have chosen Altrua because they're the most transparent, and we feel that they're the best in breed in this area. Okay. Okay. No call. Okay. Robocaller on my phone. Okay, I had to delete that. So please, if you have any questions about short-term or the Health Share Ministries, please reach out to me or put the question in the chat box. And lastly, just a few more minutes for the presentation. We want to stress our referral program called ARC, okay? So as you well know, Cornerstone has a referral team And this is a great strategy for so many of our brokers who want to stay in the game, but just have a full plate. You know, they're too busy with Medicare, they're too busy with group, they're doing investments, and they've got tons and tons of things that tasks that need to be addressed. And so they need some help for those key clients, and that's where we come in. So ARC is a referral wing, and we've also branded as Autopilot for our agents. This is the market footprint, okay? We're in about a dozen states, again, the central Midwest, and then the Sun Belt, plus Texas. So these are markets that we can work in on the referrals. And out on our website, the referral program is called Autopilot. Autopilot is a compensation-based referral program that offers the services of licensed reps to quote, enroll, support, and provide year-round service. Under this program, you can focus on growing your business with the assurance that your clients will continue to receive the benefits of your marketing expertise and continued superior support. Okay. Give me a call and I can set you up with Autopilot. Please go to our website and also check it out. There's a link there. So our website is www.crnstone.com. Okay. We do the work, you get paid. That's the bottom line there. And you can focus on your core business. Okay. We do everything. We do group, we do individual, we do Medicare. So we do all the above. And folks have found this to be a really good asset and keep them moving. All right, let's get to some questions. Okay. Thank you for everybody. Including the questions here. Let's get to the questions. Okay. You will receive a copy of the presentation. Absolutely. And I appreciate everybody joining me this morning. And another question was, I tried using Health Sherpa. So the Health Sherpa, which we spent a lot of time on, and I really hope that you'll take a look at. One of the topics was they discovered some of the individuals, the tax credit was less than they received on healthcare.gov. And that's a very good point. There was an issue with healthcare.gov feeding the updated information to Health Sherpa. And that was really more on healthcare.gov side because they dragged their feet getting the information from the carriers, and then they have to push it out to Health Sherpa. So that was a known error last time. So they hope to have that addressed. And that took place early on. As you recall, healthcare.gov decided to do maintenance. They decided to do their annual maintenance the day that OEP started. So things kind of went dark that first day, and I don't really understand why they did that, but things finally resolved themselves about 2 weeks into it. Okay. Questions about SEP, and I can share an SEP chart with everybody. It's very detailed, but SEP is the period that we're in now. It's a 10-month period, and you do need to have a qualifying event. Got a few more minutes for questions. And you're going to get a questionnaire, actually, at the end of the presentation. And our marketing department really values your input on these questionnaires. It helps us streamline our processes and tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong on these webinars, and really helps forge that very important partnership that we have with our broker community. Okay, very good. I appreciate everybody joining us today. everybody will get a copy of this in the next day or so. What's more, you will find copies of these and all the webinars out on our website in the Resource Center, and it's not just the individual department, it's the marketing department, it's the group department. They're all out there. Jess Larkin does a fantastic job, and as a personal shout out, I have thoroughly enjoyed her Build Your Brand series. I encourage everybody to go out there and check that out. We all need to brush up on our brand and strengthen our brand. And she's got some fantastic trainings on brand building and social media. Thank you so much, everybody. That concludes the presentation. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.